and we are playing on Snow Turris. I've attempted to make this joke three times. This is the third attempt. First time, audio didn't record. Second time, forgot to press start recording. So hopefully this time I actually managed to make the Snow Turris joke, but whatever. So yeah, this map is Snow Turris. Look at it. Incredibly flat, elevated emerald cycle, and if you actually go there, the emeralds are really close together, so it's a fast emerald cycle. Spicy glue, what the heck? Okay, that might be an alt. They seem alty. They're talking about, like, I don't know, maybe they're not an alt. They're talking about, like, players who have stats, so, you know. You never know. Anyway, this map is Snow Turris. Now, the reason why it's Snow Turris is because it's incredibly fast-paced, very PvP-based, and overall kind of just a clusterfuck of bed trades, which is basically what Turris is. I don't know how many of you have played Turris, but that's the most accurate description I can think of. It's a super aggressive map. Well, presumably most of you have played Turris, but it's just basically super aggressive map. A lot of bed trades happen. Not exactly the most strategic map, mostly PvP based. It's not horrible. Like, it's not a fundamentally flawed map like something like Orbit is, but it's certainly not most. It's not my cup of tea, and most other top players disagree. But this is Snow Turris. Now, I actually was one of the people campaigning. I hate my life. I was one of the people, like, campaigning to get this map added back, because, okay, so when they first released the Christmas update, they didn't, like, instantly have all the maps back. It took some time, so first they added Humbug, because the entire planet wanted Humbug for some reason. I assume it's some legendary map, but there's someone there. There's not someone there, it's AHVTYT. We'll have to check out their YouTube channel. Now, a kill here would be nice. I'm not sure if I can pull that off, but you are quite low. Got him. See if I can get the bed. And got him. Okay, and now we leave. Good day, friend. Hopefully no one got my bed during that 10-year process. Why? Got him. Purple's at mid. Yeah, this map is really fast-paced. As you can tell, can't really catch a break. It's quite a small map, as in, like, the space between the islands isn't too big. Which, I don't know. That's not really a feature I have a strong opinion on. I guess I like kind of like it being quite medium. Though there are some really close together maps that are super fun. And I feel like if it's done, like, when it works really well. Like, it's super fun to play on maps like that. But when it's not done well, or when it doesn't work, I'd say, it's not fun at all. Like, for example, Turris, when you have a 3-way bed trade early game, sometimes it can be really intense. Other times, one idiot doesn't threat bed trade, so you end up without a bed, and the person who's actually a threat ends up with a bed. And you're just like, why? Why? Why would you do this? You just jumped into the void. Why? Okay. See, I was one of the ones campaigning to this map, and the reason I want a map that I dislike back is because I like variety in my maps. I'd rather have, like, okay, obviously I don't want Orbit in the game, but this isn't as bad as Orbit. This is not Orbit. This is, like, Turris level bad. Yeah, as I said, Snow Turris. It's Turris level bad. It takes some of the good things about Turris, makes them worse. Takes some of the bad things about Turris, makes them better. In general, still structured quite similarly to Turris. Comparatively, and having it in the game, at least for some of the time, it's enjoyable. And I will play this map willingly quite a bit when it's first released. Now, I'll probably get tired of it by the end of the year, or I guess actually by the end of the year. I'm just gonna ignore you. Got him. By the end of the year, I guess, would be correct. I will get tired of this map, but it's still quite a fun map to play on once a year. That's kind of how I feel about seasonal maps. I think in general we need more maps that are only a thing for a temporary amount of time, because when a map is okay, first of all, when maps don't have time to develop, being actually, like, intelligent about Bed Wars rather than just doing what doesn't kill you It's a super helpful thing to have. And I like to think that one of the things I'm actually quite good at in Bed Wars is like creating strategies with theory instead of just like testing them. I mean, that's one of my strengths. I'm not saying I'm like the best in the world at it, because I'm sure that I almost survived there. I'm sure there's people who are better at it than me, but I like to imagine that compared to other players my skill level, I'm slightly better than them at that. And obviously, I'm just more of a strategic player, so that kind of comes with it, but whatever. There are people who are strategic who don't really know why the strats work, just do the strats, just like make the right call a lot of the time. Just from like experience. A lot of like for example, Dragovich in solos. I don't think he's like, is this me creating drama? I don't think Dragovich is a genius of Bedwars strategy, but I think in solos, just because of how much solo he plays, he makes the right play a lot of the time. I mean, I've played a lot of solos, so to be fair, I could also be at least partially under that, but I do like to think some of it's comes from theory, rather than just playing so much of it that I get good at it. But yeah, Snow Turris. I just wanted to make that joke, because it's Snow Turris. Have I mentioned that it's Snow Turris? I don't think I've mentioned that it's Snow Turris. But yeah. Oh, I can afford a nice speed 2. And now we cyberbully everyone else in the game. There's 2 people left. One seems to be at mid. That's not mid. That is not the direction of mid compass. Wait, is it? I can't tell. Nope, they're at mid. Oh, that's a lot of armor. Never mind. No, it's not. I'm just a dumbo. Got you. I have enough for a nice shirt when I get back to my ender chest. Depends on where you're gonna respawn over here. Ah, okay. That's another thing I don't like about this map. This is one of the like genuinely big flaws that this map has that could very easily be fixed. Oh god, it's obsidian. No, why? I'm just gonna die instantly because you actually were sentient and turn around, which wasn't what I was expecting. Which is lack of sightlines. Maps need sightlines, okay? What is this? Why is there a giant wall in the way of my base? I like to be able to see my base. And, I mean, compasses are basically a requirement on this map. If you're not getting compasses early game on this map, what are you doing? Compasses should, I mean, in general in Bed Wars, compasses should be your secondary priority after getting, whatever it's called, Diamond Gen. Oh, I already have that right. But, especially on this map, they're very strong. Also, full diamond, by the way. Oh, not full diamond, I don't have pants. Whatever. So I can get more blocks too. I'm just buying all the things right now. And now I guess we can rush green because I don't like facing obsidian people early game. It's just not an enjoy. I mean, okay, if you're actually like a legend at PvP. Okay, considering that combo, maybe I am a legend at PvP and can rush them early game. So I guess this isn't early game. This is very distinctly mid game, but. It's like the definition of mid-game when you're still developing armor, but there's still a significant amount of players left in the game as well. Or you have like decent armor. You have chain armor. Chain armor is one of the great distinctors between early game and mid-game. You have an iron helmet. You're a genius in Bed Wars. Just pure strategic genius. Are you gonna just give me your bed? No. Okay, you're gonna make me work for it. That's a shame. You can stab me a few times. I don't care. Oh, it only stabbed me once. How convenient. Yeah, this map needs better sightlines. It also needs less cramped bases because there's no space. Look, I can't place blocks here. Bruh. Yeah, and then we get to the very enjoyable part of the game where I mine obsidian for 20 minutes. Wait, what? It appears green was a bigger threat than I expected. Let's not have you kill me instantly, please. I'm gonna break out here and hope that you don't kill me. Okay, that works too. You could walk off the map. That does work. So this is, I mean, this actually is technically it's a really weird three-way bed trade because they never attacked Aqua, but kind of like a three-way bed trade in the sense where three-way bed trades always happen with you losing the exchange. I mean, obviously that's not true. Most of the time, it's probably going to be 50-50. and it's just that you don't really notice it when it fails, because that's kind of how, like, the world works. You don't notice things. Well, you don't notice when you get lucky in a game, but you notice when other people get lucky in a game. Sort of a thing I noticed. I kind of... On one hand, it's a dumb idea to rush you, but on the other hand, I'm really bored, so I'm gonna rush you. Hopefully you don't have, like, actual sentience. That is obsidian. That's a bad idea. I'm gonna regret this. You have no armor, what the heck? 3-diamond sword. Never mind, I stand corrected. I'm rushing you right now. You have no armor to stop me. Second very action-packed gameplay where I mine obsidian for 20 minutes, please. Yes! Okay, cool. And I win. Why do games always end like this, when I don't have, like, time to finish my story? Anyway, Snow Turris, thanks, bye.